I'm just an idiotic, stupid dog, and you realize you're living in Western Kentucky when the past, when the past melds forward, or some quaint notions of the past rear their head. Like sometimes it's an ugly thing, like sometimes racism could possibly rear its head. Not very often, but sometimes you hear somebody just say, hey, they refer to Juneteenth as N-word day, only they don't say N-word. Or sometimes you're driving along and you get the faint melodious odor of sewage because somebody's got a straight pipe that enters straight into the creek that you're driving along. And sometimes it's quaint things like we still have picnics where you spread out a checkered cloth on the ground under a shade tree and eat delicious sandwiches and fried chicken out of a wicker basket. Another one was just the other day, me and the man were at the barber, and he goes to an old-timey barber who still allows people to bring in their dogs as long as their dogs are quiet. They don't lay in some of the hair. There's a dog area that the dogs are allowed to lay in while the masters get their hairs cut. Well, we were at this old quaint-timey barber shop, and in comes this man with a burlap sack, and everybody's like, oh, get out of here, you stupid son of a bitch, get out of here, you crazy bastard. And this skinny drunken man came in. He was dressed as if he just walked off the set of the Andy Griffith show, where Andy Taylor was sheriff of Mayberry. And he had slung over his back an old-timey little frail .22 rifle. And he had his big sack, and he said, who'll give me money for this sack of dead crows? And he set down his sack, and he let the top of it open up, and everybody could see he had about 20 dead crows in the sack. And everybody was like, who's going to give you money for dead crows? And the man said, it used to be you got $1 a piece from a wealthy man every time you bought him a sack of dead crows. It seems like today I should be able to get $10 a piece for a sack of dead crows. And everybody's like, nobody's paying you for any dead crows anymore. Nobody cares if there's crows flying around. But in the old days, in Western Kentucky, the wealthy men of the rich, elitist, posh neighborhood, they hated crows. They put a bounty on crows. And some of the people that didn't have so much money, they would pot shot the crows and collect up the crows, and then they would bring them to the wealthy, and they would give them $1 a piece for a bounty on the crows. And this guy, he came walking in from the past when people still shot and killed the crows and collected them and expected to be paid by some wealthy man. And he was searching for that wealthy man. He was like 40 or 50 years behind the times. But this is the type of thing where all of a sudden the past comes forward to the present, or it was always there to begin with, but you didn't notice it. That's the way it works sometimes in Western Kentucky. The crazy thing is it's becoming less and less prevalent. You don't see the past come up like a ghost so much anymore. But it still gives you a feeling of old lang syne. It's still, if it's not a nasty thing, if it's a good thing, even a big sack of dead crows, it reminds you of the way things used to be, or that there was some good in the way things used to be. There was, I don't even know how to explain it. It makes you miss something about, whatever. It's all right. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Never mind.